My son wanted to be a police officer.
Devon was always known as Day Day.
Devon Bailey was just about to turn 7. He never had a chance. Last week, Devon died a violent death. This is the tragic story about a 6-year-old boy who tried to save himself from abuse, but somehow this first grader's cries for help went unanswered. The polite boy with a big smile lived a broken life. His biological father hadn't seen him since he was a baby. 7 months ago, his mother said she was unable to care for him, so she sent him to live here. Neighbor Kevin Davis remembers the boy who saluted him.
And I said, "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood, little neighbor." And he said, "Neighbor." I said, "That's what you are when you live next door to each other, you're neighbors." He said, "Okay, so I'm big neighbor, you little neighbor." So that's the way it was. So whenever I come up, I would salute him, and he would salute me back.
On July 23rd, Devon's battered body was discovered in the house.
Devon was in the bedroom, actually lying on his back.
He had bruising throughout his body from the top of his head down to his ankle area.
Marcus Fisher was nowhere to be found when police arrived. Authorities have issued a murder warrant for his arrest, and a manhunt is on. He has a rap sheet that goes back 20 years.
Yes.
How is it that somebody with this kind of a rap sheet would have custody of this little boy?
I mean, it's a major concern right now from our perspective, how he actually did gain custody of the child with such a violent background.
What can you tell us about that?
I can only say from viewing Devon's body on the night of the incident that he had bruises from head to toe in different stages of healing. That's an indication that it had been ongoing.
Devon's mother, Tylette Davis, says she last saw her son a month ago and didn't see any signs of abuse.
No, I did not know what was going on.
But Devon tried to tell people. Detectives say in April, the boy told his teacher Fisher socked him in the nose, and the school reported the incident to the Department of Child and Family Services. DCFS investigated, and according to internal documents seen by CNN, Fisher denied any abuse. The documents also show that in June, Devon told his teacher Fisher punched him in the stomach, and again it was reported to DCFS. Dr. Astrid Hager, the executive director of the LA County Violence Intervention Program, says what should have happened next was that the social worker should have brought Devon to a special Los Angeles family clinic to be evaluated physically and emotionally. Dr. Astrid Hager runs one of these clinics. Dr. Hager, was Devon brought into your network?
No, he was not.
Nor was he taken to any of the 6 other pediatric county clinics that specialize in spotting child abuse. Instead, sources close to the investigation say Marcus Fisher took the boy to a private practice doctor himself. According to internal DCFS documents, the doctor said she found no evidence of abuse, so the social worker closed the case. Hager says if Devon had been evaluated at one of the county's special clinics, things may have turned out differently.
All the injuries would have been documented, x-rays would have been taken if deemed necessary, and then he would have had a mental health assessment and somebody working with him from crisis, and he would have sat there in the waiting room until somebody came to take him to foster care.
He would not have been taken home and could very well have been alive today.
He would have been alive today.
Well, Thelma, have you heard from the child welfare officials? And to be exact, it's DCFS. I want to know what Family Services has to say about this, because it looks like the social workers within that program really failed this child.
Kira, I can tell you that the director of the Los Angeles County's Department of Children and Family Services, Patricia Plone, declined an on-camera interview with CNN, but issued this statement. Our department continues to investigate the circumstance around his tragedy. Pending specific details of our investigation, I have increased the level of management oversight on child abuse referrals. Now, the agency is also reviewing 500 emergency cases and planning on special training for their managers and social workers. Kira.
Yeah, well, that training is desperately needed. Meanwhile, do we even know why this little boy was living with Marcus Fisher? Why wasn't he with his biological father? Why wasn't he with his biological mother? Why was he with this now alleged killer who's on the loose? And maybe you can update us also on the manhunt for him.
Kira, I can tell you that the boy's biological father lived in Oregon. The mother said that she was going through economic hardship. She had some of her kids living with her mother. Mother couldn't take care of that child, and so she asked her ex-boyfriend to take care of this little boy and his little sister as well. And I can tell you there is a massive manhunt going on right now in Los Angeles for this man. The DA has said that anybody harboring this man, they will also go after them.
And once again, I just want to take everyone to take a look at this picture. This is Marcus Fisher. This is the man who, by the way, has a criminal record. On his criminal record, a number of crimes, including rape as a teenager. Now, police are looking for him, asking for your help. He is wanted in the murder of 6-year-old Davon, who Thelma has focused, obviously, in this piece in a much broader scale. What is going on within DCFS? That's a much bigger question. Thelma, thank you so much. Really appreciate your reporting.